I just finished a solo legendary run of Halo Reach, and I gotta say, this game holds up in ways that really baffle me. For a title that came out in 2010, it still looks incredible, it plays really well, and it offers a campaign experience that we just don't get anymore. So today, let's talk about Reach, why I came back to it this year, what surprised me, what frustrated me, and ultimately, why I think this game is still worth replaying all these years later. A few years ago when Reach came to PC via the Master Chief Collection, I replayed the first 4 or 5 missions on Legendary Solo, and then I forgot about it. I'd never finished it, so I decided to go back and get that MCC achievement. This game really reminded me how special Bungie's campaign design was back then. First of all, the presentation. The game is gorgeous. It's not just good for 2010, I mean flat out painterly, atmospheric, still stunning, I believe, in 2025. Obviously, you got to remember, it's a 360 game, but it aged and really scales nicely on the PC platform for MCC. The lighting, the color palette, gives Reach this kind of grounded and beautiful tone that no other Halo has really captured. The music is unbelievable, as always during that era. Melancholic, heroic, tragic. Bungie just was able to pair it so well. It made a unique mixture that was one in a million. Here's the thing that really stood out to me. Bungie's Sandbox. It's easy to forget just how dynamic and responsive the game is when you're not just rushing through it. Legendary causes you to slow down and really approach things with a very strategic mind. The vehicles, the AI, that moment-to-moment gunfight gameplay, they all have a weight to it that feels real. A sense that your actions matter and that the system respects you. It reminds me a lot of Half-Life 2, and I don't say it lightly. It's got that same feeling where, hey, the developers sort of thought through this. They wondered, if the player does this, we want it to work, and you can approach fights in so many ways. Steal a ghost, hijack a banshee, set traps, snipe from afar, just run in with the sword. It's kind of this emergent gameplay that leads to limitless combinations, and redoing encounters over and over again, trying it from this angle, this gun, that gun. It's pretty amazing. And of course, not everything's perfect. The DMR and the whole bloom mechanic thing was frustrating. The moment that 343 stepped in and we got the no bloom, no sprint playlist, at least in multiplayer, it was fantastic. It's not too bad in single player, but I don't agree with all of the Sandbox choices. But they took some risks at the end of their time with the Halo franchise. Now let's talk about the Legendary Solo experience, because honestly, it's still really fun, at moments really tough, occasionally feels unfair, and there were moments that felt kind of unwinnable. A few of the on the rail points where you just hit the checkpoint over and over again and hope that the AI is going to give you a combination that is favorable to you. But at the same time, that's sort of the beauty of it. When you finally make it through a tough encounter, it still feels earned. And I think Reach kind of nails it. A few of the games in the series, like Halo 2 Legendary, is just frustrating. I don't have a ton of fun with it as much. It felt more like you just learned a routine to get through it. Whereas Reach, you still could approach it, I feel like, with the general knowledge of the gameplay and tactically trying to win fights by outsmarting the enemies, right? There are some situations, though, that are super frustrating, where they purposely take your DMR and your plasma pistol combination away, and you have to fight it out. You can see the hand of the developers, especially on that last mission, where it's like, no, you can have a Magnum and an AR. No more of the plasma pistol DMR combo. Now, story-wise, Halo Reach, in my opinion, is the best depiction of Spartans in the whole franchise. There's this cool professionalism to Noble Team, the sense of camaraderie, it's not overdone, and Noble 6 just works. I know, I'm not a lore person. I know it's not happening, but I hope Noble 6 is out there in that cave and we get a Noble 6 style game, right? Imagine Doom 2016, that style reboot, and they just call the game Noble 6. Prince money. M-rated, single-player campaign. It would be incredible. Now, Reach itself, the writing never hits you with giant exposition dumps. It trusts you to get what's going on. It gives you just enough to feel the stakes without overwhelming you. And if you know the story, the fall of Reach is inevitable, and the game leans into that. It builds tension through that pacing and the mood. And it is funny replaying it now. I see some of the reused spaces. You go back to a couple of environments multiple times. And the ending, I feel like it's not that great. The final level is kind of a bore, right? It doesn't have this mega epic Warthog run that gives you that crazy adrenaline-fueled experience that we got in the other Halo titles. It goes with the emotional resonance, and I think it lands for the most part. And the Last Stand thing is pretty cool, but the final few missions could have been a little bit better. Now, I would be lying if I didn't want to talk about the multiplayer, because I super do. And I didn't play any of it when, well, it's in regarding to this video, it was just campaign stuff. But this is the game that kicked off my YouTube channel. I spent probably 500 plus hours in Reach's multiplayer back in the day. I know it wasn't the cultural juggernaut that Halo 2 or 3 were, but for me, I think for a lot of people, Reach was one of those forever games. Bungie was pretty good at the forever game thing. You could boot up every single day and just hang out in those menus. The custom games, Forge World, Firefight, the ranked system, even the invasion game mode, which totally needs a comeback. It felt complete. It was a total package on day one, and they had mastered their craft. This is what I can't get over. Games like this were coming out every 3 or 4 years. A tightly designed campaign, co-op friendly, scoring enabled, couch co-op capable shooter with massive replay value for $60. And Reach felt like a tentpole release that would stand tall for years. How has this not led to more games like this? I mean, I know how live service took over, right? It's a bummer. Okay. And here we are in 2025, and somehow Reach still feels like one of the last of its kind. It's not perfect. There's some rough patches, some mission design quirks, and a few weapons that don't feel great. But none of that stops it from being one of the most enjoyable, satisfying, and memorable FPS campaigns I've played in recent memory. If you've never played it, or if it's been years since your last run, I can't recommend it enough, especially on PC where you can tweak the visuals, really let that art direction shine. Replay Halo Reach. Let it remind you what campaign shooters used to feel like, what it's like to be part of a great team, fighting a losing battle with style, music, and one of the coolest sandboxes in gaming history. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed, please like it, and I'll see you again very soon.